had that experience because I was able to learn from it.
Have you ever, while you've been performing on the live show, caught the eye of a judge not paying attention to your song?
No, and if I have, I haven't remembered it. When I'm performing, I'm primarily focused on what camera am I be looking at, where are people in the audience that I can sing to, because, that makes the performance believable. I rarely look at the judges until I'm done.
I can't believe you picked Beat It, dude. I was like,
I would have taken that back.
Oh, okay.
Were we there that week?
No. Were we?
We were there that week.
We were there. Oh, yeah, because we were like, it was kind of like, that's like one of the biggest songs in the world. You just don't touch that. And then it was, but hey, you got saved anyway, so that's cool.
Yeah.
We had Scott in the studio, and we were talking about who was going to win American Idol, and he said, it's not who you think, is what he said, right? Now, I'm thinking it's going to be Adam Lambert. And I keep going by what Scott said. And I'm thinking, how the hell did he know who's going to win American Idol, right?
Also clairvoyant.
Right? So then I start thinking, okay, so you're out, so whoever's left is there. Okay, if you say, let's say it's not Adam Lambert, then I'm thinking, who would be what do you call that when someone comes up from behind?
The dark horse.
I'm thinking Chris, maybe.
Oh.
What do you think, Anoop?
The thing about the people that are left is, and, even going back to the top 10, I think, is that we, comparing us is, I think, like comparing apples and oranges. You don't really know what people are capable of until they do it. I think for me, just, to give an example, people, I think, dismissed me as, oh, he's, the one that just jumps around stage and does songs like Beat It and My Prerogative. And then I did Always on My Mind, and people sort of saw me in a new light. So I think there's always that potential for someone to come up and surprise you. Maybe that's what Scott was talking about. But, for me, I would feel uncomfortable picking, even a top 3, because you just don't know what the themes are going to be. You don't know how they're going to do on the themes. You don't know if they get nervous and forget their words. You don't know if the judges are just, are not feeling it that night. And of course, we know that just have a huge impact on the show. So it happens like it happens. I don't know any other way to put it.
I'm sure at some point, Anoop, you're going to go back and watch all your performances on American Idol and write down what the judges say, but I keep on hearing people like Cara Diagwardy want to have you make sort of a crooner type of soul album. Is that something you're looking at doing?
We have to go after those.
I'd like to use elements of that. I mean, for me, it was easiest on the show to showcase that side of my voice because, to be completely honest, the whole pop R&B thing doesn't really come across well on the show. There's an element of production that isn't there that is necessary in a pop R&B album. I think that a lot of times the audience isn't used to hearing something like that. They want to hear you truly sing. And for me, those ballads, those soulful ballads that I did were a side of me. But I think that moving forward, I really want to focus on the pop R&B genre. I think working with people like Neo, The Dream, Stargate, The Underdogs, those sort of producers and writers, that's really where I see myself in the industry coming up.
Anoop, thanks for calling in, dude. We know you got a jam. Thanks, dude.
Y'all. Hey, I appreciate everything.
You got it. Thanks, Anoop.
Thank you.
That's Anoop Desai from American Idol. Kicked off
like him.
last week. Yeah, I like him, too. Kind of tripped me out when he listened to us online.
Because I'm sure we were nice to him.
Well, I started thinking, I'm wondering if, within the Idols, they all know now that Paula's on our show, and maybe they go Google it. Maybe within the Idols, they're like, what the hell went on? What would we, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I'm wondering.
I wonder if it's just that first step to getting affected. You seek out,
everything about you.
You know how you feel about what you did, but then it starts to affect you with other people. Because I think you shredded him. I think you tore his ass apart. Yeah.
They weren't particularly nice.
No.
Because we talked about, they're starting to believe their own hype.
Yeah.
I know. But
that was the whole theme of that interview.
If he was listening, if I knew he was listening, I'd be totally different.
And, Paula didn't actually discount that either. She said, yeah, that does happen.
It's cool to hear his mom gently kind of reel him back, though. That was cool.
I thought they were, sequestered the whole time. From everything.
It's not Big Brother.
I know, but I thought that's how it was at the beginning.
Totally different show.
Was it ever not like that? Where they didn't?
I think at first to the Hollywood. No, the Hollywood, where we won't know, because, they're a couple weeks ahead of us. They hide them when we don't know who the top 10 or 12 or whatever are.
Poor Anoop.
I think, by the way, going home next, Daddy Goki.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say Matt. I was going to cry.
Let's see. Who's left on American Idol? You got Allison the redhead, who's
the only girl.
Adam Lambert, favored to win, mostly, right? Danny Goki.
Matt Gerard.
And who am I? And Chris. I think Chris could win the whole thing.
Ooh,
That's what I was saying. That's
really?
what I think. Yeah,
I think Chris could win the whole thing. I think you could see Matt Gerard go home. Gerard.
Yeah,
Better
but I hope it's Danny Goki that goes home.
If you ask me to pick the winner right now against the Adam Lambert, I pick Chris.
Me too.
Really? I say Adam. I say it's Adam and Allison, and I say that third is Matt.
I apologize to Danny Goki if he's listening to this online later.
Oh, stop it!
sorry.
You were not one of the monsters we were speaking of, Danny. Love you.
Yeah. All right, hey, coming up next, we're going to do a quick round of After This Weekend, I'll Never Do Blank Again. 877-937-1047. After This Weekend, I'll Never Do Blank Again. That's next with John Jay and Rich.
John Jay and Rich have a brand new website, johnjayandrich.com. Go check it out. We'll be back.